Good morning. Here we are. You may have a coffee with you, you may not. This is my Robin. Basically, we've got robins outside, so I'm kind of feeling very much in touch with nature this morning. Excuse me, what I want to do is Siri, timer, 10 minutes.
10 minutes starting now.
Right, just to keep us on track. Welcome to the world of Martin Miller from Conscious Development. And I really don't know how this is going to go. And I posted about this, hosted a podcast with my partner 5 years ago. And yeah, organizing the tech and various things. And Kelly would turn up totally prepped and I would literally just rock up and have a conversation. That's intuitively how I work. Okay, so I let you into a little world. Look, we are literally physically in here. There's a board here. Clearly you can see there's a reflection. Actually, it's of my son's PC that's over here, or his screen. I will be putting something on there later on, but I'll kind of lead into that. I'm new to doing these lives across the Book of Face, the Tub, and LinkedIn. Yeah, you can just throw up in your face now, basically, just some of the dad jokes that are going to come out. I apologize if that happens. So why are we here? Well, first of all, I'm a firm believer in a very practical approach to doing things. I'm not going to give you any bullshit. I'm not going to give you any hype at all. I'm going to let you know about what I've discovered with the work that I do with clients, working all the way through to where we are now in 2025. My work is me. It's who I am. It's what I do. It's what I want to share with the world. And I appreciate that when I'm posting on socials, sure, I try to kind of weave the narrative of my character in there. But I think first and foremost, fundamentally, video is the best format to do that. And hopefully with all the tech that's actually connected, I may be actually talking to nobody here. This may be, me just doing a bit of a try run, but let's see how it goes. First of all, I wanted to put the time on specifically to say this is going to be 10 minutes. I'm going to be doing this on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, and let's just see how it goes. And it's pretty much catch up with a coffee or drink of your choice, and just figure a few things out. Fundamentally, the one thing I do want to start off with, and the one word that I will put up here because it's the core pillar and principle of my conscious development map that I use with clients, is the most important thing in your world. Can you feel the tension? Okay, it's yourself. Now, I apologize if the reflection hasn't come through on there, because there are so many people in the business world, in the community development space, that are sacrificing themselves because of either a label they have on them or a title that they've given themselves, or one that they feel they have to defend. You know, we are a partner, a wife, a husband, a daughter, a son, a sister, an employer, an employee. But in amongst all of that, a lot of the time, yourself gets lost. So my whole kind of raison d'etre and the reason for showing up in this space across platforms is to bring you back to yourself. Because fundamentally, when we focus on ourselves, those are really, really solid foundations to build from. And what it's shown me is life will present you with lessons, the universe, whatever phrase you want to use that you feel comfortable with. And until we learn those lessons, we can't move on to the next one. And it's very cyclical. These patterns will show up in our world, in our thinking, in our meanings that we give things, the feelings we have around things, and the subsequent actions we take or we don't take. But it always comes back to yourself, ourself, the self. So what I wanted to do was, if comments are going to be coming in, comments will come in, and I apologize if I don't respond to them immediately. That's just how it's going to be. I'll have to figure out a lot of this as we go along. I've literally got some very short notes written down here. And I just want to say, I'm going to be saying thank you to some people that have been really crucial to the way that I want to show up on here. Now, some of them don't know this. I've been watching, and we talk about people watching on platforms. We talk about the lurkers in the shadows. You're seeing how people show up, the response they get from individuals, how much they champion their core values and their beliefs. And to me, that's wholeheartedly how I want to show up in the business space. And I'll be talking about conscious development, various principles. This isn't a pitch fest at all. I want to pass on some practical tips, some things that you can take away, use in your world, sprinkle through your prosperity thinking, because that's what this is about. I have a phrase that I use, and it's an acronym, and I love acronyms, okay? Ones that make sense. And my conscious development map, the map stands for Manifest Aligned Prosperity, which is basically to create, in whatever form, in whatever context, aligned, which is from ourself through to our life fulfillment, our path across the 5 key areas that I work on with clients and businesses. And then prosperity, however you define prosperity. Okay, I understand that some people could go, oh, prosperity, we're not going to be talking about these things. But prosperity is, I believe, it's our natural state, it's our natural being. And I also believe that a lot of the time we put blockers in front of us so that we push our prosperity away. And the universe will be watching, going, they've not figured that one out yet. They've not got that lesson yet. So you'll hear me use some words, and these words aren't just cheap words that I'm throwing out. They are words that really mean wholeheartedly how we can live a life based on good values, principles, and the way we show up as human beings. Let me just have a sip of my Robin coffee and look out here. Yesterday, what was really interesting, we've got a field just to the right over here, and the sheep in the field. And next to me, we saw some sheep wrangling going on. Literally, the guy on the quad's trying to get a sheep, the other farmer with the trailer. They managed to catch one sheep. As they caught another sheep, the other sheep got out. And it was funny. But really, you don't want to be the person spotted laughing at the people trying to do their job. So therefore, I'm wondering if they're going to turn up and do some more sheep wrangling this morning. Anyway, digress. Let's have a look at the timer. I've got 4 minutes to go on this as well. What I want you to maybe ask me is in the comments, or to reach out. You can, there's a QR code on here where it says scan me, and that'll take you through to my site. And again, this isn't me pitching, but this is me allowing you to understand the thoughts and the way that I show up, and it's congruent with how I am. If you meet me in person, I'm exactly the same as I will be online, because I believe that's, I don't believe being any other way is valuable, because it's incongruent. So let me bring you back to yourself. Most of the things that we need to work on always come back to ourselves. They always sit within our world and within our thinking. Okay, and there's lessons all around us. I was having a conversation this morning with my partner. I love Kelly dearly, and I love the conversations we have in the morning. And I knew kind of routine that we've orchestrated to start the day on our terms in order to get the most from the day rather than getting through the day, which is what a lot of people do. But we were talking about expansion and contraction. And as she's developing new offerings and new services, as she's bringing her client base with her, that allowing things to settle. But equally, if you think about the way we process things, our neural pathways, we're looking, our brain is restructuring in the thinking, in our habits and our processes. And sometimes it doesn't happen. If you're impatient, I'm impatient in certain elements. I'm super patient with many, many things. But if we want something to happen, we want to manifest it quickly. But if it's not aligned, or it's not quite synced in right, it will take a little bit of time for all the elements in the equation to line up. So we were having this conversation about, what's coming in, what needs to be removed. And this is a key part of yourself, because I'm a firm believer. Look around your environment. Look at what's influencing you. Look at what you are allowing to influence you. And look at the permission you're giving to those circumstances, people, societal expectations, whatever it is that's pulling you away from your core self. Now, I understand, as I tap her, I've got 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. We are formed down a line in our life and our timeline. And as we go through our 30s and our 40s and our 50s, things start to really change. I know this, I'm in my 50s, okay? And the sooner we tap into ourselves and our true core of who we are, the sooner we will feel more settled. Our soul will feel calmer. Our energetic imprint will have a resonance that is so balanced that we will feel like we're in flow, and we will feel like this is how we're meant to be, and this is what we're meant to do. So I understand 10 minutes with a coffee in hand, my first live show. I can't dig too much into any of these deep philosophies and principles that I live by, I wholeheartedly believe in. But equally, as I go into the last minute, if you put an opinion forward, good morning, Stella. There you go. I must have the comments on here working well. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for popping in here. And I have to figure out if we're going to be adding captions. Captions get added automatically. I really don't know, because you were one person I thought of basically, I want these to be all inclusive. I slightly sidetracked from what I was about to say. I've completely forgotten what I was going to say, and that's exactly how it can be sometimes. So coming back in the last few minutes, because I will not go over 10 minutes, yourself. Yourself is the core principle of what I would like you to think about over the next couple of days until I come back on Thursday. What are you allowing in? What can you remove? What do you have control of? And what can you not control? That phrase from Stephen Covey is control the controllables, because anything else beyond that, you may think it affects our world, but it doesn't. Okay, so have a wonderful day. I'll see if we can see more Robins out here. The time is about to go off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. That's 10 minutes. Thanks for showing up, Stella. Appreciate the comment. Thank you very much. And I'll see you on Thursday morning.